Morning. Well, beginning of phase 3. I think where I left off here from phase 2. Anyhow, phase 3 of this project, redesigning my workbench. This project is long overdue. Should have been doing it a long time ago. Just kept putting it off. More kept being given to me, and as Derek would say, and I'm going to turn this over, I'm going to, in Derek's own words, add that saying into this clip here, because it is so true.
You just got to keep your feet moving. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. And just like your project at home, I know you might be waiting to buy something, or you can't get something right now, or you're unsure. Look, go get all the junk off the roof. Bad example. Clean it up. Go spray paint something. Dream. Make a list. Write a list out. Just do something with your project. You got to get that fire in your belly again. Just don't let it sit there and do nothing. Okay? And if you keep your feet moving, you keep your interest alive, you'll get your project going. Okay?
Phase 3 here is going to be the rebuild. So we're going to begin with cut the end here flush to where I want. And I took my tape measure, measured from the wall to the edge here. So when I come to the bottom one, I could flush it up so it's straight line down. However, that end there is just about impossible for me to cut, because as a stack of boards that I store underneath there in that corner, I'm just going to leave that side there on the north side. The south side, I redesigned it, cut that off, and because of my wire coming out here, which is going to my garden shed, I'll put a spacer there, or a backer, whichever you want to call it. I took the original post, moved it over the side, so I nailed it there. Now I did get the 12-inch board back in place here, so that's the next stage. Is now we're going to nail that down, and that's what we're going to begin with today. It is the following day, by the way, so we're going to do this the easy way. I know you're thinking when I said we're going to nail it down, oh, here comes the hammer and nail. Well, not quite. First thing I'm going to do, we're going to turn the air on. I do have an air nailer. That's one end. And the other end. So that board is nailed back down. Next stage is now I'm going to get my jacks out, and the two boards I just put here to keep it held up while I was working the bottom. It's now to take the pressure off of here, take these off, level the top so the top is level, and then make my new board come from here to the new ones like that, because you want your bottom shelf. Got thinking about it afterwards when I got cut these to the same height or width as the edge here. remembering the bottom one's got to be in, so that portion is right. I figured by putting the post here, it'll give more direct approach to the base floor there for the top end here. So in the long run, it's a good reason why I decided to go that way. At first I thought, oh shoot, I should have cut them flush with this edge here. And when I got thinking about it, no, I'll have better support the way I did it. So that is our next stage. Again, I'll just pick it up from here. So now, building the end frame here first, before continue. And just got them in place, really get nailed down. So we're going to secure this back end. That's in place. Now start by lowering this side. So I got a little fancy work to do here in the corner here. This wire I have from going for the yard shed, I had a gap here, so I took advantage of that. I drilled my initial hole through here, so this originally came behind the bench. Now we gotta redesign it a little bit. So what's on my mind is, when I make this piece, keep it down here, bring it out here, and then put a plate in front here, covering it, because it's supposed to be covered, and this being the worst section of any damage that could be done to it to protect it. So as you see, I got my jack out there. I got my end piece to go in here. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to notch this corner here so I can tuck the wire into this section here. So get my old jigsaw out here, and we're going to see if we can make a knot. Like so, so that it tapers the wire there. Okay, we can come a little farther here. So check that out. Looking good. Go in a little deeper. Coming out the way I want it. That's what we want. Okay. So let's slowly lower my jack, holding this in place. Slowly let our jack down. And that's exactly what I want. So we got now, remove our jack. Yeah, my arm got caught. And flush this bottom end up. That completes that side. Now get this out of the way. Now here I'm going to use screws instead of nails. I need a longer bit. I have a little bit of a longer one here. Just that the other day. No, I don't. Oh, right in front of my eyes where I can't see it. Well, you can't have gone far. Ah, runaway screw. Okay, that completes that. Remember I was saying about burying the wire? This is what I'm going to do for that. Well, I'm awkward when it comes to left hand. I have to try left hand mode. Good, I'm happy with that. Okay, now it's the centerpiece. So I've been thinking about this centerpiece here. Got my level out. I want to take this point of the bench and I want to level this top perfectly level, and we have it right there. Now there's a little like gap in here. So I took a piece and I put it in here. Took my air gun nailer, put 2 nails in it to drill it through that piece into this one to hold that in place. I'm debating now whether to make this piece here go straight down, or this, you have a slight little air gap here at the very edge here as well. So I got a choice: either put a little shim at the edge here, build up a block in here to cover the gap, or do I make a new one that go right down to here by cutting that over there like that. Decision time. I don't know if I got any 3-inch wide 2x4 or 2x3, that's what this would be called, available without ripping one piece of a 2x4. So my thinking that I will go with a 2x4. Okay, if I went, yeah, that's the way here. Take and put a pencil line here, and I can figure this out which route to go. Where's my pencil now? Oh, right there. Okay, so if I make my line here, I can size up and see what I have for material. Well, I found me some material built, so I've cut the block I need. First piece right there. Found this board here, so I drew a line here. And now we're going to take the jigsaw and we're going to cut this piece out here. I always thought this bench was slightly tapered because I'd have stuff rolling off of it. Well, I just found out the reason why, so that's why I'm doing this, what I'm doing, and why I decided to do it from the center. Okay, where'd that piece that I cut just drop to? Ew. Tap this end in. There we have it. I'm happy with that. Now I got the force of the pressure all the way to this floor. Oh, this is slightly out. Should be that way a little bit. Well, it's kind of late now. I got nailed down. So we'll just I've got this bottom nailed, so we'll just level it off. It's square. Where's my little square? This was my dad's to begin with. And move this door over a bit so that's perfect. Now we'll just secure it, and thinking the best way how. Well, first of all, let's get one nail in here. Woo! I see. You can't get in there with the air nailer, and I just moved that trying to get in. Okay. From that side, from that side. So I think I'll take and put one this way with the nailer. And put a couple in. Now we'll this. And we'll use a 3-inch screw for the rest. This 3-inch screw is going to be long enough. That'll work. Now we'll get my screw gun here. Get this. Let's take this piece out here. I haven't got it secured down. And now we should be able to use the nailer. I'd rather use the nailer than one quick. That's what I was afraid of. Splitting. That's exactly what I was afraid of. Well, we'll rectify that. Well, I can have something in my hand, put it down, 2 minutes later, forget where I put it. I'll stop that from any movement. Get my hammer here because that was a slight angle. If I can find it. Oh, right there. Get them countersunk a bit. Got an idea how I can achieve that without any further damage. We'll get a C-clamp. That one's going to be too small, so I don't know. I'm on the wrong one. Yeah, that one need a bigger one. That should give us success. Now, we're going to do screws on this piece. Take our C-clamp off. Okay, that takes care of the center. Now for our last section, the end, the north end. So in order to get the north end, I'm going to move some stuff here again. One of my camper jack stands makes a perfect light holder. So I can stuff my light down in the hole like that, and just put a cover over here so it stops it from getting in my eyes, and it gives me the light then where I need it. Okay, let's get to moving stuff here. Once again, this is not the first move it. Out of interest, there's an old antique piece here. I'm going to show you what the very first edition of planers looked like. Block of wood, a blade like that, and you put the blade, you adjusted it to the depth you wanted, and you had this little wedge that you stuck in here and jammed it down. So when you used it, it was like this. The first edition, I don't know what year that would be, but it's a treasure piece for me. I came across it, I think I came across this in a yard sale. So, hey, that's unique in history. I bought it, I forget what I paid for it. But I tried it out, and I found out it works fairly decently, to my surprise. Anyhow, I heard my phone going and a message, I better go check it. A 2x4. Well, managed to get that's not a 2x4. That board all in. I ended up, I had to move my dishwasher out in order to get at it properly there. So of course having to move a whole pile of stuff again, but finally got it. Same time, swept all the dust, mouse poo, and washed the floor down in there before I pushed the dishwasher back into its location. So that's all bolted down. Bench is now all sitting in there. Don't know if you can see, but I got perfectly level now, where it should have been in the very first place. So the next phase and the final phase is getting these drawers put back in, and the railings, and build the side up over here. Slight changes in there, and that's what the sticking in my bar is all about. Just trying to determine the spacing between them, so each drawer operates nice and freely. But with all this working here that I had to get into, cleaned everything out of here. You can see what time it is, and at this point here now, it's time to shut it down for the day. So we're going to continue with this tomorrow. Well, it is the next day, already in the afternoon. I've spent most of the morning here just cleaning up and reorganizing this corner. Cleaned all the boards there, and restacked them, and gained more room. I also gained more room for the old dishwasher here. That is a top load dishwasher. My plan is to convert it to a parts washer, which I haven't got around to doing yet, because it is a top load. So now I've just been playing around here, sizing my drawers up, coming up with a plan. And I've come up with a plan and the clearances that I'm going to need and the location that I want them in. So that is our next step. On this side here, this is the rail, but we're going to have to make a new one up, because those rails there will be of a slight different measurement. So we have to, there. I'm not going to bother trying to film this, because I already know I got no place to put the camera on the tripod to catch it. If I was to put it on the dishwasher here in the corner, well, all you'd see is my back. So we're just going to go ahead and get these bolted down. I'll show it once it's all bolted down, or whatever you want to call it. Well, it's a Monday. I didn't do anything but editing videos yesterday on a Sunday. I always consider Sunday a day of rest. So it's time to get back at this finishing stages of this, getting these drawers in. Decided I'm going to show you, I can show you one side here on how I'm going to get the railings for the drawers set in. I got it, like you've seen, and got them spaced where I want. So now it's time to get the back end of the railing here in place. As you can see, it's shorter than the width of the bed. We have to put a beam in here, and that's one of my old pieces. Okay, yeah, we just need to trim that one down a bit. If we do this right, should be able to jam this piece in. And it's just a half a blade length too long. Okay, I'm going to use this piece, trim it down just a smidgen. Those stupid guards on saws are a pain in the butt when you're trying to cut something very fine. The guard catches on the corners and it doesn't want to flip up. That's another reason I usually end up removing the guard and doing something like this. But that should be able to get in there now. You want it on the tight side, you don't want this on the loose side. So get it into place here. Just do this. Now we work it over to where we want it. Like Derek says, we'll get there. Don't worry. We'll make sure the inside here is flush with that base. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Grab my gun here and we'll secure it down into place. Lift that up out of the road. We want one screw in the bottom and one in the top. Oops, I get the wrong bit in. It would help if I had the right bit. Push too hard. Get this back down here. Come on. Let's have a little cooperation here. I'm doing this in short spurts to try to keep it in position here. That's the bottom, and one on the top. Get that out of the road. Not a very good head on this screw. Let's get another one. Yeah, that's screw. There. Now that's in place. Change our bit here again. Back to from our Robertson. Back to our Phillips here. That's ready. Now I just had it in my hand. Where did I put it? Right, hiding it with my arm. I have this mini level here that I can use for looking for. Oh, right. My flashlight so that I can see. Okay, so the back end is secure right there. Okay, now we can get the front side. Level back here on. This is actually called a string level. It works perfect for little railings like this. And right there is where we want the front portion. Okay, double check. Move is the hair. Sixteenth of an inch. I gotta go upwards. Upside down. That is perfect. That's what we want. Okay, now we'll do the same thing with the top one here. Should be able to lock that on there. And see if we can see a bubble here. Whoa. Figured that would happen when I move it, when I go to get a screw. Now oh boy. What am I? Where are you, Bubble? Right there. There you are. It's hard to see it there, but I'll pay close attention here, and you'll get it. Okay, take our level off, give this get our drawers and test it, see if I need any adjust it at this point. Where's the bottom drawer? It's on the floor. Looks like that needs to come up a bit. We'll soon find out. Now, what am I tripping over? Get out of my road. I want to break my neck. Stay in the rail here. It's tricky to do when you're halfway. You got to keep pressure on one side, well, slowly. What are we hitting here? I know. Oh, there it dropped again. As I said, this is the tricky part. Mercy. Let this devil let me hit. What do you want? I can only see back there. See what we're hitting or where we're hitting. I can see we're hitting somewhere. I see exactly where we're hitting. Ah! Damn it, that's just what I did not want. It's very difficult. We're hitting the very back top board here, which tells me I'm going to have to do a little trimming. Okay, found where it's hitting. Hitting the very back. It's hitting this very back board here that's slipped down. So what I have to do, I have to trim the back end of that drawer down a bit. Oh great. There's always something that you always got to figure a way of overcoming. My big concern was to get the spacing correct in between here, so these do not rub each other. And that, you can see, gives me the gap there. It's the very back that's hitting that there. So now, okay, we got that figured out. Now it's to build the other side. We got to make a railing. So now that I got this side done, I got measurements now that I can get numbers for doing the other side. And then we'll trim this back end of this top drawer down so it doesn't hit that very back board on the top anymore. I'll pause it here again because you won't be able to see the other side, and I just showed you one side what I'm doing. Update. Well, I found me some material here, and this is what I came up with. I took this piece on the old table saw, ripped it down so that it was flush with this at the same distance, and also this board up here so it's flush. Set it in place here. So now the next thing is to space this and figure this railing so it matches this one. Another brief update. Got the bottom rail figured out, got it in place. There's my first drawer. That's what we were after. So all left now is I'm so glad when this is done. Is this piece here now. This is my next one. Once I get this one figured out, I can then put the portion done. I keep forgetting this flashlight has this feature in it. I don't know if it's going to show. No, it's not. Anyway, once I get that in place, I can get this last piece put in here and secure the top down. Then I can start my sorting. Oh, that hurt. Got the corner rail here right in my back. This has been a real battle, but it is getting there. Hallelujah. Oh, I almost forgot. Just remembered. What I had to do with this top drawer. Take the drawer out here for a minute so I can show you. Where to put it? That's another problem. What I did, because the back end hitting this very back board here, I came up with an idea. I took on the back of this drawer from the top, I took 3/4 of an inch off this top. On the side here, if you can see, I took my big square using my 18-inch mark on there, brought the other end of the square down to the 10-inch mark, and I drew a line and I tapered this down. So now I can even get the drawer in and out easier. And as you see, it works. You can get the drawer back in. I've been putting some of the stuff back in place. Almost fell there. How's it Robbie Layton says? Bubby-dee, bubby-doo, or something like that. There it is, and rebuilt. 3 days later, I finally got this last piece in over there. Got the rails mounted, and finally, this was a real struggle to get this top drawer working. Nothing is square, so what I ever squared did not work. I had to partially square it and then go from there until it was achieved. That's why it took so long. I'm so happy but glad that this is finally done. So I knew this would be a longer video than my normal one, but I wanted to keep it all for the final phase 3. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, do like, do hit that subscribe button below, and do comment. Comments are critical according to YouTube. Till the next time, adios.